Here we are outside of the home. And we're facing west. This is the garage, and this is the electric meter. And this electric meter box should be sealed on 3 sides to help moisture from getting in. And while we're at it, the exterior light fixtures should also be sealed on 3 sides to help water moisture from getting behind them. Power comes from below grade. This is the grounding rod. It looks like it was properly buried. How about that? This home was built this morning. We'd have 2 grounding rods within 6 feet. Doesn't look like we got that. We got a single ground. That's kind of comes with the vintage of the architecture. Inside the garage, this is the garage. Okay, since the home faces west, then this is the garage south interior wall. And we have a main panel and we have a second panel. We used to call these sub panels back in the day. That was never the correct name for it, but now we're more aware. So inside the main panel, what we've got here is we've got some scorching. We got some heat that's happened down here. What's that about? Alright, see these panels up in here? See all these connections? See all those connections? Now look up here. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Something's got hot in here. Alright? It's a 200 amp panel. Write that down. Scorched bus in the main panel. L1 and L2 are supposed to have little plastic neoprene protective booties on there. If you get in this cabinet, you don't know that's hot, and you shouldn't belong in this cabinet. I get that, but you're supposed to have little protective covers on inside of there. Now over here on the the second panel, okay, they're not required over here. Interesting enough, but they're not. And then the main neutral coming into the home, it's supposed to be wrapped with a minimum of 4 layers of white tape, so that can be identified as the main neutral. And again, if you don't know that's the main neutral, you don't belong in this cabinet, but the tape is supposed to be there. We'll just keep that joke going. Okay, see these white hots on these 220 circuits, 240 circuits? See these white hots? They're supposed to be wrapped with black tape so that you know that they're hot. And again, if you're in this cabinet, you don't know that white hot is hot, and again, you don't belong in the cabinet. I mean, that's just the way it works. But they're not wrapped. Then over here, see, it's okay to double neutrals. Grounds. It's okay to double grounds. It's not okay to triple them. It's okay to double them. So we've gone in here and we've doubled our grounds, but we double them with neutrals. It's not okay to double your neutrals, much less triple them. You're not supposed to double lug neutrals. Neutrals carry current. Grounds are there for an emergency. You can put a double. You're not supposed to triple your grounds. You're not supposed to double your neutrals. You're not supposed to double your neutrals. So we got double lug neutrals. What else we got here? You're not supposed to have a gap in the cabinet more than 1/8 of an inch. Not more than 1/8 of an inch. It compromises the fire blocking. What else we got? We got something else? Oh yeah, we got something else. Wire shouldn't be touching the cabinet. I think I already said that. So these cabinets were screwed in place. Screws are faster and tighter. I get that. Zip, zip. Okay, we're ready to go to the beer store. Yay! Put some screws in it, Philip. We're going to the beer store. Oh, you're so fast, Doug. I know. Fastest guy in the shop. I'm getting a raise tomorrow. Next week, whatever. No, it's supposed to be nailed in place. Nails have much more shear strength. Okay, nails are fast and tight, but they're brittle. Nails have shear strength. So if this structure were to experience a tornado, for example, then, and it blows up your garage, you already got a bad day. But if it was to experience an event like that, maybe an earthquake, this cabinet would stand a much better chance of staying safely in place, or more safely in place. A better chance at being more safe if it were nailed in instead of screwed in. And then, I don't know where the bonding location is for this. I do not know where the bonding location is. It's supposed to be labeled in here too. It's supposed to be labeled. We also use the wrong kind of screws. See these little pointy guys? They'll chew up some wire. That's what they're for. These are chewers. These are molds. They go in drywall and metal. They make their own way. So to have machine screws like that, like on a watch, it's supposed to fit together like a piece of machinery. It's not supposed to fit together like that. Then over here, this is hand labeled. All right, that's handwriting. It's not cursive, but it's handwriting. This, see that where it says danger? That's printing. These are supposed to be printed. These are supposed to be printed. Simply we learn our cabinets are not printed. We learn that they have the wrong kind of screws, and we got gaps. We learn that our bonding location is not labeled. We learn that we got double lug neutrals and triple lug grounds. We learned that some wires are touching the cabinet cover. We learned that we do not have the protective booties and that it doesn't have a white stripe on it. We learned that these don't have black stripes on them. And we also learning as we go. It's called bundling. Bundling. You see, you have these big twist outs, knockouts, because we don't know where L1 and L2 are coming in from. So that's a natural thing. We put it there to accommodate. You know, this panel can fit just about anywhere. And then we have all these little guys. See those little guys? All these little guys? Little guys, little guys, little guys, little guys, little guys. And see all those? Those are for all these wires. They're not supposed to come in through this bundling like that. Now that said, sometimes the cure is worse than the ill. You can, even and I hate discounting my work, I really do. But even the illustration that I have baked in the inspection report is almost forgiving. It says it's real common. But, you know, the house is probably not going to sell for more money if you didn't have bundling. It's probably not going to keep the house from selling if you don't have bundling. It's relatively, I mean, you know, there's only two reasons for code. I mean, that's, you know, money and lobbying. I mean, it's safety and structural integrity. There's only two reasons for code. But again, I haven't had a client yet call me back and say, hey bud, we got that bundling taken care of, thank you for that. Now some of these other things, I'm kind of concerned about that. Tape, that's easy fix. I'm kind of concerned about the double lugging. I'm concerned about this arcing. This oxidation, this discoloration in here. I'm kind of concerned about some things like that.